Okay, so I started the recording. Just let me check if it's working or not. Okay, so I started. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so hello Rajshekhar.
Yeah, hello, how are you?
Yeah, fine, fine. Okay, so I am very thankful to you to come here and just join me for this interview. So first of all, I will just get a consent from you. Like I am using this content for my academic purpose. Is it okay?
Yeah, it is okay.
Okay, thank you. Rajshekhar, I will just ask you to introduce yourself a little bit so that everyone can understand who you are and
Okay.
your profile.
I'm currently doing my PhD at IIT Kanpur in the Hive Lab. Uh, my area of interest is robotics applied through extended reality systems. I did my schooling at Chennai and did my bachelor's in mechanical engineering from Anna University. I did my master's in advanced manufacturing from Sastra University in Tanjavur in Tamil Nadu. Then I moved to industry for a couple of years and then to IISc Bangalore for about 4 years before joining IIT Kanpur for PhD full time. So this is a background about me.
Okay, interesting. So as you have mentioned, you have changed your profile from like a proper mechanical engineering to a designer right now, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the motivation behind this? Why you just given the transition to a design department rather than just going for a mechanical department? Is there any specific thing?
A specific thing is that mechanical engineering is almost saturated. That is what is my point of view.
Okay.
And we need to bring in technologies from other branches so that the mechanical system or the mechanical engineering field can sustain in the near future and far future. So I'm just trying to bring in design principles inside mechanical systems, like designing mechanisms, portraying them for visibility to the public, so that we can take mechanical engineering to a better situation in future. So I'm just trying to understand design and try to bring it into the mechanical engineering aspect of it.
Okay. Interesting. So as far as I know, your academic background is like quite good. So you have a good CGPA in your PhD also, and I'm not really sure about bachelor's and master's. So could you please tell how it is?
Bachelor's, I was on average around 7.7 out of 10 I had, and
Okay.
master's I had around 8 out of 10, and in PhD I have around 9.6 out of 10.
Okay, interesting. So, you have a CGPA of 7 at your bachelor's, but now you have just upgraded to I think 9. So, what do you think? What is the factor that you just lag in your bachelor's and in your master's and your PhD just got improved and then your grade also improved?
So it is basically the way in which the evaluation is being done. So in
Okay.
bachelor's, they test our memory power more than testing the
Okay.
concepts which we understood, whether we understood the concept that is not being tested. And in our place, they usually test, they'll rate the student based on their handwriting. My handwriting used to be very bad. So in my master's also, the same thing influenced my score. People don't like to read my handwriting. They just try to finish off correcting the paper as early as possible. But in PhD, the entire scenario is different. So you get rated based on your projects you do, the videos you make, the presentations you do, and the writing part comes with just 10% of the entire grading system, which is like given minimal preference. So that is why I think in my PhD, the evaluation criteria was different, so I was able to score better, and my knowledge actually tested and I got proven. So that's what I feel.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Apart from this, as you are doing PhD also, and before that you have done industry relevant things as well. So, how it's different, like your industry and your academia?
So in industry, everything is based on money. Whether you do today, how much money will you get tomorrow? So that is what they try to rate in the industry. So if you say that this may not give you money today, it will give you after 10 years, then they'll say scrap the idea. We don't need it. But in academia, if you say that you will get more citations for this paper after 10 years, people will start recognizing it. But in academia, they'll still agree. Yeah, sure, we can go ahead and do. That's what will be the professor's talk. But in industry, your boss will say, no, if it is not going to deliver tomorrow, then no need of doing it. Just think what we need it for tomorrow, so that the in the financial year we need to show a profit of so much percent better than the last year. So it runs on money. Here, academia runs on the knowledge which is being produced in new quantity.
Okay, interesting. And the very interesting fact about you, like you have multiple research paper, generals and conferences, and you have written two books also now. So the best advice you can give is about time management because you are it's about to finish your PhD as well in I think
Yeah.
3 or 4 year, right?
In
Uh,
3 years.
3 years. Okay, so in 3 years you have did like these many things. So the main factor, like what you think is there in these things, like what you did better.
Uh, I would say that I had a plan always. So a monthly goal, a weekly goal, and a daily goal. So I'll just most of the time whenever I plan, I just try to finish it before the time, so that I can take tomorrow's work and I can do it today also. And I also had the ability to convince my colleagues so that they can help me in doing the work also. So I'll be able to work with them. I can also provide them some guidance. And also, at the same time, I was able to work with some knowledge which I had in previously gained during my tenure at the companies and at IAC. So that also helped me to do good work. And I was focusing only on the pinpoint things. So, for example, if you are working on snake robots, I refer to papers which were published from top journals, which were published in top journals and which were published from top laboratories in the world. So I don't go for things which are beyond 20 years of age, but I do look into them. I don't take inspiration from that, but I try to modify things and I try to bring in new things into picture which based on the trend which I observe in the past few years. So that is how the papers get accepted in the conferences because I'm doing some incremental work which is contributing to the betterment of understanding the engineering and the design fields.
Interesting, really interesting. So like as you have mentioned, like you are just getting like how to do that and just making your plan according to that, right?
Yeah.
So, how difficult is to make your plan? Like, if I'm just going to say, like, okay, I have certain tasks which I have to just finish by with this weekend, for example. So, how you plan that thing? Like, if you can just give me some example on that.
So in my case, the task is set by me, not by someone else. If
Okay.
someone else set the task, we need to look into the intensity of that task and we need to plan accordingly. Even if might fail to accomplish the task which others give.
Mhm.
So I set the task in this case, so I am able to finish it. So in case of others setting the task, for instance, when I was in company, my boss used to tell within 1 week just complete this task. So then I will sit down and plan for each and every day what to do, and break it into chunks. Or this if this step is followed, next way it will lead to this result. Next it will lead to this result. So even if I fail in one thing, I'll be able to find out where I have failed. And one software I learned called Adams. It taught me philosophy in life. So it said crawl, walk, run, and jump. So every step you do, you need to crawl first, you need to walk first, then jump, and then fly. Or you have to go and follow that stages. Only then you will be able to diagnose where you made that mistake. If you
Mhm.
move from one thing to another stage, it will be a successful transition. That's what I feel.
Okay, so like whatever task we have, first of all, try to like have like idea what the task is, and then differentiate the task into some sections. Like the initial one will be crawling one, then walking, then running, and then flying. Like gradually increase the level. Is it right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. So, like, how like time management helped you in your entire career, like from your masters to your IISc journey or industry or at PhD in IIT Kanpur? Could you please mention that?
Yeah. So time management was important. I don't say that it is not important, but once you start setting goals based on conferences deadline or a journal call for paper deadline or something like that, you should have some deadline, which is hard deadline. So you should respect the deadline. For instance, you if the alarm rings in the morning, you have to respect it and
Like you have mentioned that you have to wake up on time. For example, I have set a thing, I have to do the thing, right? So, what is the motivation? What I will ask, I feel sometimes like I am just lagging the thing just because I am not able to meet the deadline. Like I want to wake up at 6, for example, but I just feel lethargic or something. I'm just feeling lazy. I just miss that deadline and just extend that thing. So, like, what is the motivation that just makes you awake or like at that time or something like that? Like, do the deadline thing. No. Hmm. It's getting late. Yeah. Okay. Mm. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. It's just blur. Like you have enabled the thing. But yeah, I'm able to see like you have some mentioned date and with the date you have mentioned some things, right? Yeah. Mhm. Right, right. Interesting. Mm. Like, yeah, like how much progress I did and how much procrastination I am doing. That also like what I can like take a track of. Yeah, interesting. So, anything as an advice you will give to your bachelor's, like yourself, like that you can do better, and then you can just like take advantage of that thing. Maybe yourself as a bachelor student, like if you think like, okay, I just improve that thing, that will maybe just make me better in my future. Oh, uh-huh. Hmm. Okay, okay, interesting. And what one suggestion, like not one, but yeah, in general suggestion you will give to a bachelor student who just came for like me only, like I just came for some insight. Hmm. 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 Slicing I will do and just individually count the string. Right. Yeah, right. Right. Hmm. Okay. Interesting. So, okay, as this was one suggestion. So the thing is, you have to focus on your roots, like I will say, like improve your roots so that you can just build on that and whatever things you want in future, and you can just grow it, right? Okay, I don't know. There's some issue happening right now. Recording stopped. I don't know. Let's see how much I have recorded. Just one second. Uh, okay.